We all know who Marty Stuart is. He's a major country music star. A few may not realize how great a musician he really is or how long he's been at it. Marty and Uncle Josh have been close friends for a long, long time.
I think Uncle Josh has more heart and soul than most 20 people put together. He has more soul than probably any other bluegrass musician I've ever played with. I was raised down in Mississippi where there were a lot of black players, street players around Philadelphia at this place called the Busy Bee Cafe. They all wore their hat kind of, they all had a style the way they wore that hat. A lot of gold teeth, and the way they played and just the way they talked and, hung around. I thought they were real characters. I loved them when I was a kid. And when Flatt and Scruggs would come on my TV down in Mississippi, here was Uncle Josh in his hat playing this blues guitar with that gold tooth shining. He confused me. And when I heard him play, he really confused me because a lot of white people wish they could play that way. Not a lot of them can. And after I got to know him, he always treated me like I was one of his kids. He always called me kid. Hey, kid. And everywhere I'd go, somebody said, well, your dad played here a couple of days ago. I said, who's that? I said, Uncle Josh. I said, oh, I bet my mom would be glad to hear that. And so we've had a running thing with that for years. But I tell you, as I went on through Lester's band and through all my different phases of music in the past 20 years, the one thing that is a solid set standard in me is that sound that Uncle Josh played. And as country music changes, as bluegrass music changes, as things come and go, the one thing that has been really steady down through the years is Uncle Josh's style. And I get really lonesome for him and the sound that he makes sometimes. And I just have to call him up and talk to him. Or I have to call him up and figure out reasons. I have invented shows on TV just so me and him could play together. We did this show called Country Blues one time. Got Vassar, Clements, Pop Staples, and some others. And I did that on account of Uncle Josh. I was just lonesome to play some music with Uncle Josh. And I really still think that one of the things that I've had an edge on with over a lot of people down through the years is just simply because I've been around for so long, is I've had access to a lot of masters. And not too long ago, I bought a steel guitar, a slide guitar. And I called him up and said, can I come just sit at your table like we used to do 20 years ago for a Dobro lesson? And I learned a whole lot of things from Uncle Josh, other than just music. I think about the only thing left of the Foggy Mountain Boys brigade is like Curly Seckler and Uncle Josh and Scruggs. But that spirit that they had as a band really taught me a lot about running a band, having a band. And Uncle Josh, the hours are long and the miles are long when you're away from your family and you're just grinding out a living. But they figured out a way to make it fun and keep it happy. And that's one of the things I learned about Uncle Josh, from Uncle Josh. And beyond all that, I think he's a wonderful person. I love him like he could be my dad. And I just don't think that they'll be making any more Uncle Joshes anytime soon. I think the earth is definitely dominated by one Uncle Josh. And I'm so proud that I could say that I love him and I know him and got to play some music with him.